Well, these are two men about to enter the ring that have no respect for each other. Aleister Black has been tormented by Drew McIntyre and Jay White, and he will finally get a chance to exact revenge on McIntyre for costing Black his World Championship shot against Samoa Joe. Black, this is a bit of a new look for him. I like it. I like it here from the Dutch Destroyer. Well, you can never question the courage of Drew McIntyre picking a fight with this man. This might be the scariest individual I've ever seen. Aleister Black gets a chance at revenge. Well, Drew McIntyre, his motivations maybe have not yet become clear about why it was Aleister Black that he was targeting. All we know is Drew McIntyre has pretty clearly aligned himself with Jay White, who will be challenging for the GAW World Championship in our main event. And McIntyre, in the meantime, gets a chance to make a statement against Aleister Black. And again, you can't question the courage. You can't question the brains of Drew McIntyre. You can question the judgment to try to make a statement against Aleister Black. But here we are. It is a no-holds-barred match. Drew McIntyre and Aleister Black, and it's next. Well, anything goes here, and Aleister Black immediately starting off proceedings with that massive running knee. Again, when it comes to Drew McIntyre, how smart is it for McIntyre to pick a fight with a man like Aleister Black? I don't know. But a slingshot Falcon Arrow, and it is all Aleister Black here early. How long will it take these men to go for some of the weapons? We'll have to see. McIntyre sends Black out of the ring. Pinfalls do still have to be made in the ring. No countouts, no disqualifications here in a no-holds-barred match. But you do need to land your pin in the ring. And Black again with that big knee. Black. Maybe he doesn't need weapons. I don't know. Drew McIntyre was the one who challenged the Dutch Destroyer to this no-holds-barred match. Aleister Black accepted the challenge, as he is wont to do. And these two men just going at it on the outside of the ring here. No weapons so far, just a hard-hitting match between two men that hit harder than just about anyone in GAW. There's no title on the line here, but you wouldn't know it by the intensity of these two men. This has been back and forth so far in the roundhouse from Aleister Black. Doesn't knock Drew to his feet, but that suplex certainly does. It looked like Drew's leg caught the ring post. Black again with the running knee. Puts McIntyre down. This is about respect. This is about personal pride. It's all on the line in this match. Both of these men. Wow, McIntyre, look at this. Overhead release, belly to belly. Frightening strength of the Scotsman. And now drives Aleister Black's head straight into the ring post. And again. Absolutely brutal from the Scottish Psychopath, a name which he has earned for good reason. He is one of the hottest up-and-comers here in GAW. He's been around a while, but in GAW, he's only been here about a year, and he is just one world championship away from winning the Triple Crown. He would be just the fourth man to do that in GAW. Aleister Black is also fairly new to General Admission Wrestling. He's clocked in just a year here, and he is searching for his first title reign as well. McIntyre now sends Black back into the ring. Again, no weapons here, but these two men are still going at it. McIntyre to the top rope, elbow drop. We don't always see McIntyre pull out something like that. Glasgow kiss. Wow, McIntyre got the advantage, driving Black's head into the ring post, and Black kicks out at 2.5 after the Glasgow kiss. Still looks a bit dazed from that attack on the outside. McIntyre now taking full advantage of Aleister Black. Black, though, managing to fight back, looking for the back suplex. McIntyre just lands on him, so much weight. McIntyre at 6'6". This man is massive. Now setting up the Claymore, and it lands. Has McIntyre beaten Aleister Black with the Claymore? And he does. Drew McIntyre makes a statement. And a statement it certainly was. He did not use a single weapon in this no-holds-barred match. That certainly is saying something. He's the one who made the challenge, and he says, I don't need a weapon to beat you. And he made that statement. Aleister Black is one of the scariest men in GAW, but Drew McIntyre faced him head-on and defeated him. What a match from the Scottish psychopath. And what does the future hold for him? We'll just have to see. In the meantime, Kofi Kingston continues his dream run as Intercontinental Champion against a man who is pulling double duty tonight. Kofi Kingston gonna put his Intercontinental Championship on the line against a man who is pulling double duty tonight, Jimmy Uso. Part of the team that made their intentions clear that they were going to run GAW, and Jimmy Uso certainly living up to that billing. In this championship match, he's coming out with that GAW tag team title belt around his waist. He and brother Jay will defend those belts later. Jay not coming to the ring with Jimmy. We're told that Jimmy requested that Jay stay in the back and train up, loosen up for their tag team title match later on. Jimmy Uso has a chance to be a double champion. It'll be no easy feat for Jimmy Uso as he's coming up against one of the crowd's favorite champions, Mr. Kofi Kingston. This man has not always found it easy in GAW to carve out a niche for himself, but he's certainly done just that now. Kingston has held that Intercontinental Championship for nearly 2 months now, after being the man who Adam Cole was to face after Nitro 9. He beat Adam Cole, then he beat Adam Cole again for the Intercontinental Championship, defeated the likes of Walter to hang on to it, and now he will defend against half of the GAW Tag Team Champions. Well, Kofi Kingston has been about as active as any champion can be after he won that belt. Been traveling back and forth to his native Ghana on many occasions. And he's always done charity work there, of course. But he's made it a priority since he became champion here in GAW. Kofi Kingston, just such a likable guy. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso coming in. One of the biggest work ethics between him and his brother that we've seen in GAW. And they meant it when they said that they were going to take over. No team since possibly the Steiner brothers has run GAW the way that the Usos could, should Jimmy win here. And of course, should they retain against the Young Bucks later on. And That is much, much easier said than done. Uso goes for the corkscrew forearm. Kingston manages to find the reversal on that one. Kofi Kingston, meanwhile, I'm not going to say that he fades to the background a little bit, because certainly he has not. He's already beaten Jimmy Uso's brother Jay in a fantastic match a few weeks ago on Wednesday Night Storm. Snap DDT, and now Kingston with that back heel kick. But because of the Usos' actions, it almost feels like Kofi Kingston has been an afterthought in his own division. Well, he's looking to fix things here as he goes up to the top rope. Jimmy to his feet. Kofi with a diving axe handle. The diving brain chop, I should say. He did it so close it was hard to tell. Kingston sends Jimmy Uso out of the ring and gives the fans a little something to cheer about. This isn't the first time we've seen two men on the outside of the ring here. Jimmy Uso certainly has the size advantage against Kofi Kingston. Samoan drop on the outside. Well, that'll take the wind out of your sails real quick. Kingston just struggling to get a hold after that Samoan drop. And all the air just comes out of your lungs with that, and Kingston able to find the strike reversal, sends Jimmy into the stairs. Kingston back into the ring now. Count of 8 as Jimmy Uso makes his way to his feet. Kingston waiting for him to get back in the ring. I don't think Kingston had any intention of letting that go for a count out. I think he knew Jimmy was coming back, and he answers with a Falcon Arrow. Jimmy Uso kicks out at 1. Kingston playing a little mind games with the tag team champion. And now Kingston has really turned on the jets, but Jimmy Uso finds the reversal, and now Uso on top. Kick, DDT. Beautiful move here from Jimmy, and now going up top, it's the move that got him the #1 contendership. The knees were up on the Uso splash from Kingston. Kingston, trouble in paradise. Just like that. He won the title that way. He's defended the title that way. Has he just beaten Jimmy Uso that way? Referee comes over to make the count. 2. No! Jimmy Uso kicks out of the trouble in paradise. Jimmy Uso is serious about this title. He and brother Jay were serious about running the show here in GAW. You can see it right now. Kingston wisely rolls underneath the ropes. And now Jimmy Uso sends Kingston out with the same maneuver that Kingston threw Jimmy out earlier. Jumping headbutt. Now Jimmy Uso taking his advantage here on the outside. Kingston did this earlier. Now Uso answering in kind. Throws Kingston back into the ring, but not before he eats the elbow on the apron. Jimmy Uso keeping up the pace here. Now rolls Kingston over for the pin. Jimmy Uso trying to win the Intercontinental title. Kingston kicks out. You're going to need to do a little bit more than that to put away the champ. Look at that punch, barely stunned him. Kingston finds the knee off that vertical suplex. Trouble in paradise, misses. Uso answers with a snap suplex. He caught Kingston out of the air as Kingston went for the trouble in paradise, and now Uso going up top. This move put away Walter. Well, I thought it was going to be the Uso splash. Instead, it's the elbow drop. Kingston rolls out of the way and eats the forearm. Wow, Jimmy looks spent right now, but he goes for the cover anyway. Gave Kingston a moment to breathe, and Kingston kicks out before 2. Deep arm drag from the champ. Wow, Jimmy Uso really giving it all, even though he is going to have to be in action again later on tonight. Kingston guillotines him on the bottom rope. And now going for this dancing leg drop. Just a fun maneuver, if nothing else. Kingston hoping it can win him a championship. It drew the cheers from the crowd. Can it defend him the title? And Jimmy Uso kicks out. Kingston has already landed this move once. Trouble in paradise. Jimmy ducks it. Jimmy going for the super kick. And Kingston goes over the top. Now Jimmy, electric chair drop. Jimmy going for the pin now, trying to win the Intercontinental Championship. Kingston kicks out at 2. Kingston may have seen his life flash before his eyes by avoiding that super kick. Drop toe hold from the champ. And now Kingston. Beautiful pop-up Hurricane Rana. Now going for the pin. Kingston trying to retain his title. Jimmy Uso kicks out at 2. Wow, this has been a fast-paced match here. Not a cruiserweight match, but wow. And now Kingston lining up Trouble in Paradise again. Jimmy Uso out of the way again. And now takes the back gutbuster. Kingston already landed that move once. Jimmy Uso seems to have scouted it. Flying forearm. Kingston answers with the uppercut. This match has been pretty high-paced for the last 5 or 6 minutes. Falcon Arrow from Kingston, and now going for the dancing leg drop again. That one nearly put Jimmy away, but Kingston not going to go for the pin off of that. Instead, maybe looking to slow things down a touch here. Kingston, one of the best all-around athletes in GAW, but even he has a limit when it comes to his personal fitness. And now Trouble in Paradise, and again Jimmy out of the way, answers with the flying forearm. Even Kofi Kingston can't go forever. But Jimmy Uso into this side headlock, maybe trying to buy himself a little bit of time to catch his breath. I can't say I blame him. This match has been about as fast-paced as the Cruiserweight title match that we saw earlier in the show. Kingston straight back to his feet off the side headlock. Jimmy Uso wisely throws him into the corner. Now up top. I wonder what he's doing here. I think I know. He's gone into his bag with this several times over the last couple months. Superplex to the outside. You got to believe that Kofi Kingston had been working very hard to avoid that specific move. Jimmy Uso has put men away with that move. And now throws Kingston back into the ring, but Kingston back up to his feet. Jimmy Uso took a little bit too much time recovering from that superplex. Swinging neck breaker from Kingston, and now Kingston seems to be pushing his own momentum. Jimmy Uso shuts that one down pretty quickly. Jimmy looking to win his first singles title in GAW. And this certainly means a lot to him. Kingston in the corner. Uso cannonball there from Jimmy. Drags Kingston into the middle, now going for the pin to win the Intercontinental Championship. Off the cannonball, Kingston kicks out at 2. Jimmy can't believe it, but he can't let that get to him. Foregoing the Uso splash, I believe he is looking for a devastating super kick. Kingston out of the way. Kingston had that one scouted. Tactically, of course, Kingston as good as they come in the wrestling business. And now, springboard crossbody out of the corner. Wow, the pace of this match. A blistering pace. And once again, Uso foregoing the Uso splash, super kick, and it's met with an elbow from Kingston. Kingston, Falcon Arrow once again. Now going for the pin. Kingston trying to retain his title. 2, Jimmy Uso kicks out. Wow, how many times have I said that phrase? I've never seen Kofi Kingston go for this many pinfalls. I think it might be a mental game here from the champ. Like I said, he's been around a long time mentally. He is one of the best in GAW. Jimmy Uso has been up to every challenge. He has met every move that Kingston has given him, and now off the flying forearm, going for a pin, and Kingston kicks out. Jimmy Uso has answered everything that Kofi Kingston has thrown at him. Now Kingston fights his way out of that corner. Jimmy Uso, a tag specialist. He is comfortable in the corners of a wrestling ring, even if his tag partner isn't there. Kingston, once again, with the springboard crossbody. He tried for the pin off this last time. It didn't do the job. Will it do it this time? 2 and 3. Kofi Kingston puts away Jimmy Uso with a springboard crossbody. He had tried everything. The Trouble in Paradise couldn't do it. The Falcon Arrow couldn't do it. And so the springboard crossbody does it. That right there could have ended Kofi Kingston's title reign right there if he had succumbed to that super kick. But he very wisely had done his scouting, knew what was coming. This was a match. This was a match fought at blistering speeds. This was a high-paced match if I have ever seen it. And Jimmy Uso can't afford to get himself too down here over losing this particular title. He is in action later on tonight with his brother Jay defending against the Young Bucks. But first, it's the most exciting event of the summer, the Rumble on the Beach. Stick around.